it's us. It's us. We're back. It's all hotting up. I'm glad that my microphone's working, so I didn't check it. I've also apparently not looked at myself before we started today's podcast because I look fucking homeless. Gross as shit. No. I think it's us. My girlfriend's not been in the house for like 2 or 3 days, so I've been left to myself. I've not looked at myself. I'm just here. I'm gross. It's fine because this is a safe space on Podcast Badly. Everyone can be a gross gremlin, and it's fine. Shout out to chat watching live on YouTube, and Kick streams Badly on YouTube and Kick if you want to get this podcast recording live, or the podcast is on Spotify as well. We're also on X and a bunch of other junk. Yes, fantastic. How you been? How you been, Judd? How you been?
We're on X videos. If you want to go have a look at that.
I don't think we actually have any videos on X, but maybe. Oh, we do actually. I remember that's when I started doing my beer reviews. It was on X. But yeah,
great.
what have you been up to? You did anything interesting? Because I've got some fun stories to tell you.
You know what? The only kind of thing of interest I've really done, because like I say, I've just been coming home and painting in preparation for this tournament for my nerd shit. But I went and I sold all of the copper that I had lying around. I've talked about this before, haven't I? How like because I work on building sites and stuff, and when people are like doing plumbing and shit like that, they just leave copper like all over the place, and it's like copper is like it's not worth like tons, but like it's worth a bit, copper. And
it's such a weird dad topic.
I know, but I just find it weird because it's like they'll throw like bits away, and it's like you fucking this is money. It's like I'm like you're throwing money, but I didn't have a whole lot lying about, and I only sort of did it because I was like I just kind of wanted to get it out of the way. You know, I was like sick of looking at it. I was just like, I don't want to look at this damn dirty ass copper anymore. I'm gonna go sell it. So I the place I originally
damn dirty ass copper.
This damn dirty ass copper. I don't want to look at this damn dirty ass copper no more. So I was like, I'm gonna go sell it. But the place that I used to go to, it was like closed indefinitely. I think the guy killed someone. I don't know.
What the fuck?
And he's like, I know. That I was like, I like looked into it, and I was like, why did this place that I go take my copper into shut down? It's like, oh, the guy was like maybe murders somebody. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right, never mind then. So I found another place, and I'm not gonna say where it is because it's actually kind of close to you. I always, this is gonna sound really weird, I always find something like really fucking intriguing about scrapyards. Like I don't know what it is. It sounds so stupid, but like
I kind of get it.
Like, but like you go there and it's just like it's literally these huge fucking mountains of scrap, just like random scrap, and it's like I don't know. You just sort of think like this is somebody's like whole life. Like the place I went. Like the place I went to, they had like a house, like a big nice house, and because obviously this brings a lot of money. It's not like I'm not saying this is a bad profession. It pays a lot, but they had their house on the grounds of the scrapyard, and I'm just like, that's fucking crazy that they like wake up and the first thing that they see on a morning is literally mountains of scrap.
It makes me giggle, and I don't know why. I just find it funny. I don't know why that's funny. It's not even a little bit funny. It's just like their life, but it's so...
No, I know, but like I don't know. It's like I think I've always sort of like I think it's a life that I'd want somehow. Like I could absolutely see me like when I'm 40 or 50 years old, like owning a scrap.
I can almost like romanticize these sorts of things.
Yeah. So, but it was anyway. I went to take my my bag of copper in, and I feel like such a fucking goober when I go and do this, you know, because people who like show up to scrapyards are like people in vans that usually have like entire vans filled with scrap metal, because it's like usually what they'll do is companies, when they have scrap, is they'll grab all the big bits of scrap that they're not using, they'll throw it in a box somewhere, and then they'll put that box in a van, and then they'll just sell all the copper, like spare copper that they had from all the different jobs that they're on, and that'd like add up to like a big Christmas bonus or something. But the bits that I grab are all the tiny shitty little bits that they don't even bother to do that with. It's just like, get rid of it, like throw it in the bin or whatever. So I save all those bits up, and I don't have a van full.
Goblin. You're like goblins stealing stuff and taking it for money, and you're like a sub goblin.
In Warhammer, it goes goblins, and then underneath them is snotlings. So I'm like a snotling. So, but yeah, that's what I do. So I'm like, I'm not showing up with a van, but I'm showing up with like a Santa sack worth of copper, basically. But
like a really shitty Santa.
Like a really shit, like scrap Santa. Yeah, but fucking, it's worth it, because like I probably save this copper up for like 3 or 4 months, and I sell it, and then I get like 80 quid for it. So it's not bad at all to do. It's just like,
so long as it's really easy to save. Because if you have to go through any amount of hassle to get these scraps, it's
not. It's literally as I'm already walking around cleaning up, there's this bit of rubbish on the floor that I have to pick up anyway. It's like, well, I might as well just put it in my pocket and then put it in the big fucking scrap pile at home, and then just sell it instead of just throwing it in the bin.
What's so funny about this to me? It just makes me laugh.
Scrap pile.
It sounds good. I don't know. I think that's why it makes me laugh, because it sounds good. I wish there was a little thing that I could do at work like that,
Yeah.
But mine's all digital. My work is boring. So
I'll just fucking, I don't know, crypto mine.
No, I think my boss would kill me if I were leaving my laptop on constantly to crypto mine. I don't think it's exactly got any capabilities for that anyway. But I don't know why, but that's something that I do when I see like really unique jobs. Something like fucking someone on an oil rig or something, maybe more unique than that. Stuff that you don't think of. Like there might be like a guy who mixes glue for books. To stick like bind onto books, and he needs to hand do it for some reason. And I like romanticize stuff like that. Like really weird, unique jobs.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I just feel like it's these almost like these jobs that are kind of you do just a little Potter every day, if that makes sense. Like you go there and you do a bit of one that I can think of that I was kind of romanticizing a bit was there's some houses being built like really close to me, and they have to have a night watchman on the site to make sure no one comes in and breaks stuff and steals stuff. And for some reason, the idea of being the night watchman at that building site seems super cool. Like everyone would fucking leave you alone because it's the night, and you could you could watch so many fucking movies. Just glance at the cameras every so often. Every half an hour or so, have a walk around, check there's no one there, go back, keep watching your movies or whatever.
I've got a hypothetical. You're there, you're the night watchman, you've got your dream job, Jake. Finally, you did it. You sat there, you're fucking watching The Boys season 5 on Amazon, because this is in the future, and you look over at the cameras. Freddy Fazbear's there. What do you do?
Well, firstly, I go on the tannoy, on the microphones that's needed. I go, you a fan of The Boys? You can watch The Boys.
He goes, hor, 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 because that's what he does. That's the noise he makes.
And then I go, oh, fuck, I don't speak that language. Get Google Translate out. That's what I do. Get Google Translate out.
English to Fazbear.
Yeah, that'll do. I've been wanting to see that Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah, we'll go see it. Because I want to go see it as well.
I think I might be seeing it next weekend. I think I think Jasmine's got a surprise for me. It might be that. If I'm gonna, when she comes, she's coming back a bit later. When she comes back, I'm gonna ask her if it is that. Can just come? Is what I'm gonna ask. But
she's got this nice date planned. That's just like, oh, can I ring you?
Well, I'm sure she. Her sister came, met us after we watched Oppenheimer, so it's can't be.
Will she be all right with 5? I know it sounds ridiculous, but she doesn't like gore, does she?
Oh, sorry,
no. Okay, I don't know how bad. I don't know how bad it's going to get.
All. I'm certain I've seen that they tried to get it to be PG-13 because obviously most of Five Nights at Freddy's fans are kids. So.
Yeah, they're young, very young. But it's I'm not a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan. Okay, I'm just gonna say that, but I do know what the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's because I like learning about shit like that, and it's really fucked up lore. So it's I know the kids who are into it are young, the kids, but it's I don't know it. I don't know how they can do that. I'm pretty sure it's about a pedo who murdered kids and stuffed them in animatronics.
They'll just not have that included. It'll just be that they're haunted. You know what I mean? They come to life. Oh, it was an accident, and they just don't. They'll just not explain it. They'll just, or it'll be a separate universe. It's it'll just be that the reason they're haunted is completely different in this movie.
Yeah, it's no pedos in this one. I don't even know he was a pedo. He might have just killing kids. I don't know, but
yeah. Well, I thought because the reason you bring that up is my girlfriend's really bad with violence and gore and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and which is true. But because we've been getting into the Halloween season, I said that last Halloween. We watched Halloween films. That's the main thing that happens in England, really. When you're not a kid, it's just you watch Halloween-based movies and that's it. You might go to a dress-up party, maybe, but I'm old now, so no one has any parties anymore for some reason. But we last year we watched Halloween movies, but not horror films. So we watched Hubie Halloween and Halloween Town and what's the other one? The one with them 3 witches in. What's that one?
Oh my God!
Is it called Witches?
No, not the Witches. No, the Witches that's the Roald Dahl book. It's fucking hell. What is it? Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus, yeah. And we watched Hocus Pocus 2. So we watched a lot of Halloween movies, but no horror films. So I was this year I want to watch some horror films, because I'm not a big fan of them. I'm not it's not because I'm really scared of them or anything. But I'm also not the kind of person who tries to act tough or tries to not get scared. I try and get into it and get scared as well, but it's very limited for me because I'm. Because I think partially because I'm autistic, that anything that's like demons or whatever, it's just that's not real. it's so I just can't really do it, But so yeah, we've been watching some horror films. I like to watch them anyway when it's of the season. The first one we watched, I talked about. It was from the guys who did Raka Raka, and it was really good. But we watched another one since. We watched Insidious, which has almost become a classic horror film. Have you seen it before, Insidious?
No, I know of Insidious though.
It's pretty standard horror film affair. It's demon stuff. But it properly seemed to affect Jasmine a lot. It really did. She was all right to start with, but by the end of it, she's she does the classic hide behind the cushion thing, which I'm completely fine with because that's a part of the experience. But what I'm not okay, you can just imagine me berating someone for not watching a film, right? Can't you? What I'm not okay with if I'm watching a horror film with someone is if they don't look. You can literally be peering through the tiniest crack in your fingers if you have to, but so long as you're watching the entire time, because I get it, peering through the fingers, it's all part of the experience, but not looking you're not doing an experience then. You're just not watching the film. We may as well turn it off at that point, you know? So she does hide behind the cushion, but she watches. But by the end of it, she was like, when nothing was happening, she was hiding behind it, but looking at me like convulsing, like. I started giggling, like, holy shit, this is like really affecting you, isn't it? And she's like, because I was then giggling, she had a mini laughing fit. Honestly, she seemed proper affected by it. I don't know why. She said that it was probably the best horror film she's seen, and I thought it's just like, okay. I thought it's decent, but not like incredible. So yeah, but I think that's because it isn't actually gory either. Insidious, it's scary. It's I guess jump scares and scares and things like that. Because the best horror film I can think of that I've seen is Hereditary, I think. Yeah. I'll just look up our movies rating spreadsheet just to double check that. But I'm pretty sure that that's the best one. But the problem with that is it is quite it's quite what do we call it? It is quite gory in certain points. The thing is, if Hereditary is the highest rated, then the remake of It, then Color Out of Space. Really good movie that, actually.
I've not even watched that yet.
But again, she closed her eyes for that because it's like fucking like horrific. It's like fucking like you should watch that. You'd really like it. So she's probably don't like Hereditary as much just because it's so gory that she probably wouldn't watch it. But yeah. Anyway, have you watched any horror films, Judd? Halloween time?
Whatever. Like in my life?
No, lately. You've been watching any horror films? You've been getting into Halloween at all?
And it's pissing me off that I'm not getting into Halloween because nobody's getting into Halloween really. Like I'm like having to force my nan and granddad to like do anything with decorations. Yeah. And I don't think they're even doing it because we're not going to be in
this year. You know, it was slowly building, wasn't it, in the UK? Because obviously it's mostly an American thing, and I swear it felt like it was slowly building more popularity here. But I don't know if it's just the point in life that we're at or whatever, but it feels like it's fallen off. It feels like people just don't give a shit so much anymore.
It really has fallen off. But for me, it's like I always found when I was younger Halloween to be such like a like magical time. Like there was something about like the environment of everything and like. And there was something about like the community because the thing is with Christmas is like Christmas is your family in it, like you spend that's you spending time with your family. Yeah, Halloween is you spending time with the community and like everybody doing something. It's like kids going around doing like this trick or treating, and then like everybody's handing out candy, or you know, there's usually big events going on. So. I've always really loved Halloween because it's always been something that everybody gets involved in. But then they just stopped. And it's like, well, okay.
I blame COVID. I think it was gaining some steam, but COVID was like, no Halloweens, fuck off. I
honestly think it was starting to happen before COVID, but I think COVID made it worse.
Yeah, I think it at least helped, didn't it? Maybe we should bring back Halloween. Maybe next year we do a Halloween party. And everyone dresses up and comes round or something like that. That could be fun.
I mean, I am going out for Halloween. I'm going around town.
Oh, are you now? Are you dressing as Homelander again, being as you spent like $2,000 on a costume or something stupid?
Yeah, and that's exactly why I'm wearing it again. Yep. Yeah,
but it was falling to bits when you wore
it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. My grandmother and my auntie have been They basically took the shit zipper out that was like falling to bits and replaced it with Velcro, so it's good now. But I'm a bit fatter than I was, so it's more of a tight squeeze. But
get some workout in quick do some star jumps now, quick.
It's funnier if I'm fat. You know, it's funny if I go out as Fatlander.
It's because you discovered that you can drink on this medication now, haven't you? That's why. So you've been drinking beer a lot more.
Actually, you know, I really don't. I'd like, I've kind of don't really get drunk a whole lot. Yeah, I can. And even when I try to get drunk, I found recently that like on nights out when I've been trying to get drunk, I actually don't get super drunk. Like I can get quite tipsy, but like I'm not like fucked up. Like I can never get like, you know, really drunk anymore. Like when I went over to yours and we watched boxing, I was like, I'm perfectly fine to drive. I'm like totally okay. So I don't know what's been going on, but like,
we'll have another chance soon enough, Judd.
Good.
Because we've got Winter Games weekend booked in.
Oh yeah,
it's a good time to talk about that.
Again, when?
Again, when? Did you not put it in your fucking calendar?
It probably is in there, but when?
Put it in your calendar now, because I'm going to get letting the good listeners know. Everybody get your calendars out. We're doing this again. Everyone, that's you as well. Not just Judd, including Judd as well, but you, listening live, listening on Spotify, get your calendar out on your phone now. I'm waiting still. Come on. You're thinking, I'm not going to do it. I know he's thinking, I might do it. No, fucking do it! I can see you.
Find it.
Freddie, Freddie, you're not doing it. Freddie's not doing it.
Freddie Fazbear.
No, Freddie Gornstein. December. The 1st of December until the 3rd of December is Winter Games Weekend. This is a tradition that we've had going on before the podcast before we even did live streaming. What was I saying? Winter Games Weekend. I got distracted by my own arm then. That's peak ADHD, that, isn't it? Winter Games Weekend. What this means is me and Judd will be playing games all weekend like we used to do when we were kids. It's a tradition we've got because we don't really get the chance to just sit and hammer games for a long time. That's what we used to do for like weekends on end when we were a kid. The PS2 era games. What's going to be happening is Judd will come over after work on the Friday and we'll do that evening. Then we've got all day Saturday, all day Sunday. There will be some breaks on Saturday or Sunday, like me and Judd might go out to eat for lunch or tea or something like that. That's so that we're not cooped up in one room for about like fucking 50 hours straight or something like that. Because Judd literally will be sleeping in the room that we do all the games and everything. So
I'll actually go fucking insane and like start. I would kill myself on air.
It would be over 50 hours straight in this room that I'm in right now. So there will be some breaks, but
have you seen that stream? Have you seen that stream of that guy who like locks himself in a room for like 3 days straight and like periodically like chatted requests for like his wife to come in and throw eggs at him and stuff, and like at some point he just started like jabbering to himself a little bit and then like just started softly weeping.
He locked himself in his cupboard, didn't he, and set up all these automatic things to happen when people donated certain amounts or given certain subs. God, that's a crazy idea for a subathon. I don't think we'd ever do anything like that, if I'm being honest.
I think I'd do something like that.
You think you would?
I think I'd stick it out as well. Like, I don't think I'd fucking break. I think gotta be honest.
I think actually that's what you want. Well, speaking of the types of games that we can play, I've estimated there'll be around 27 hours worth of gameplay, considering everything. So I've got I went through our video games rating spreadsheet and kind of sorted by date. So I've got a list of games that we can pick from, Judd. I thought that'd be a good thing to do on the podcast. Yeah. By the way, if you're still listening at this point, stick around through the rest of the podcast because I've got some crazy shit that I want to tell Judd about. But this was just a good point to go on to this. So Ninja Assault. I thought that'd be a good one to do if I can get that working. Obviously, this is like one of those light gun games for the PS2. We had the light gun version on the PS2, but this was a arcade game as well, I think, right?
Yeah. I used to play this a lot when I was a kid, like, and I used to not have the gun either, so I'd just use the controller, like, slowly, like, dragging the cursor across, like the tube. And I know it is, but I used to do it, like, I for some reason, like, this is what makes me think I'm autistic, but you got, like, the good autism, like, where you're like, oh, yes, I'm going to sit and learn about computers, and I'm like, oh, Ninja Assault!
When you were a kid, nothing would come between you and playing games. You didn't give a shit if the game was like ruined. Basically, you would still fucking play that, which is wild. But it estimates. I've gone on the how long to beat a game site as well to figure out how long each of these is supposed to take. That's only supposed to take an hour. So I figured we could probably kick off with that. Yeah. And bearing in mind, I'm really good at first-person shooters now, and if we're just clicking on stuff with a mouse, I'm just going to be like, click, 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 click. You know, I think we can maybe blast... The thing is, with that game, is that'll probably be quite accurate, because it, like, you can't speed it up, really, can you? You kill an enemy, and it moves on at its own pace, and so, I remember when we played that as kids, it was like... I don't think we beat it. Or we might have beat it once and then finally never stopped. And finally never played it. Because I remember, I definitely remember there was a long period of us trying to complete that game and getting and slowly getting really close. It got to you were better at it than me with a light gun as well. So it got to the point where I just stopped and I thought, right, we're going to pin our hopes on Judd. I'm just going to watch Judd play it and hopefully he'll beat it.
I definitely have beaten it. Like, I've definitely beaten it multiple times, but like that was when I remember having it at the house I was living at when I was with my mum. Like, it was when we used to live in Brealey. I remember it, and I always remember that, like, the last boss is some sort of, like, floating head that you have to shoot its eyes, and I think sometimes its eyes go into its hands. Yeah, like, it like weird, some weird shit like that. But, like, I very specifically remember that, and I remember beating that, like, multiple times.
It's like a giant skull. Like a giant skull thing.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid, this game. It makes no sense. It's just these ninja people with guns, and then there's a bunch of, like, fucking ghouls about, and they're just shooting them.
Why are ninjas using guns? Why?
So, Ninja Assault. Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 campaign.
Yeah.
That's supposed to take 6.5 hours, so there's some that are short, and then there's some that are like... we're going to have to pick at least one, like, main game. I think we'll be able to do one or two kind of, like, 6.5 to 9 hours kind of games. Mm-hmm. I think we can do a couple of them, and then maybe a few shorter ones as well. For example, Soul Calibur 2 or 3, which we have done on Winter Games Weekend before. Calibur. That's only supposed to take 2.5 to 3.5 hours. So we could do that one as well. Sly Cooper.
I feel like that's going to be one of the main ones if we do that, because like any of the Sly Cooper games can take like a while. So
Beavis Raccoonus, the first one, because it's the shorter one. I thought you might want to do number 2, because I remember you liked number 2 more.
Two was always my favorite,
but that's 9 hours, and
I also liked the third one because it had a hot mouse girl in it. But then I didn't like the fourth one because they made that hot mouse girl she turned into a bitch. She betrayed Benny, Jake. Benny, the poor paraplegic fucking turtle that like his legs got crushed. You remember that when his legs got fucking crushed?
Yeah, well, maybe we'll see it if we pick Sly. Who knows? We've got the SpongeBob movie game. That's 7.5 hours, which is longer than I thought.
That's got to be one as well, because like I've had such a hankering to play that game again. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just like everybody always, whenever you say, "Oh, SpongeBob game," like PlayStation SpongeBob game, everybody goes, "Oh yeah, Battle for Bikini Bottom," And then it's like I never played Battle for Bikini Bottom, but that's the one everybody talks about. Yeah. No, I played the fucking SpongeBob the movie, the game. Is what I played.
We were not cool. We did not pick games that were popular at the time. The games that we played that were popular at the time, it was by accident. We had no clue if anyone else liked them or not. It's kind of a bit like Prince of Persia's not that popular yet. That's the one. Whenever you think of, whenever you say to me, think of game that you played as a kid with your brother, the first thing that immediately comes to my mind is Prince of Persia Warrior Within. That's the Prince of Persia 2. That's the one that comes like pew right into my brain. Then I kind of think of BioShock, and then other stuff.
I think of Destroy All Humans.
Yeah, Destroy All Humans. I looked into that, but that's like 10 hours plus or something.
Yeah, that is a long one. Yeah.
Another one that we've tried to play before on Winter Games Weekend is Shadow, which is on this list as well. That's only 4.5 hours. That's why it's on there.
That game gives me a fucking headache. I'm not playing.
It's, going back and playing it is so shit.
I know, it's so rough.
We loved how edgy this fucking hedgehog was.
Yeah. It was so I can't. They gave him a gun. They gave Shadow a gun. Holy shit!
There's 2 quotes that are mega memorable from that though, Judd. Can you remember them?
One of them is "Damn, not here."
That's when you fall off of the stage. And goes, damn, not here.
Damn, not here. And I don't know, Maria.
That's the one. Where he goes, Maria. I don't know why. There's something about the way certain lines are said in shows or like in media and stuff that I just love the way certain things are said. So another one that's not going to take too long that I thought we might want to do was the original Lego Star Wars. That's 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm feeling that one too much though.
I'm not.
According to the internet, Toss the Turtle takes 5 hours to do. I don't know how that can be the case. Maybe it's to get all the items.
Yeah.
But I kind of thought that's one that we might be able to do like as we're doing another game. So, like, just every so one of us would be playing the main game, and the other person would just be playing that on the side, and we could just check in on the Toss the Turtle progress every so often.
You know what would probably be a more fun game to do with like that? Swords and Sandals.
Well, that's on the list as well.
Yeah.
It's really confusing, Swords and Sandals, though, because there's more of those than I thought. I think we used to play the second one. Which was Swords and Sandals, Gladiator. But
and then they did the third one where the intro was that guitar and it went. Do you remember that one?
I don't know. But we played 2 the most.
And then there was the fourth one where everything was on like a board, everything was on like a D&D board, and then there was the 5th one where it was like a big battle simulator.
We've not talked about the first one at all, though. Like,
no, the first one was like literally. I know the second one was also this, but it had a bit more to it. But the first one was literally just 2 JPEGs of characters.
So,
yeah.
The first one was Swords and Sandals Gladiator, so that's what we played. Number 2 was Swords and Sandals 2 Emperor's Reign.
Okay.
So then they called other stuff. I don't know what the next one is after that.
Do you think Swords and Sandals has deep lore?
I've no idea. But this is the thing. If we're going to play one of them, it's got to be 1 or 2. I remember Swords and Sandals Gladiator, because I remember that intro so much. Which turns out is number 1. But for some reason, I always feel like we played number 2. The problem is, on howlongtobeat.com, Swords and Sandals 1 takes 43 minutes. Swords and Sandals 2 takes 5 hours. So it's like, how long is it? Like, they can't be that different, surely. So I think it'd be number 1 we'd end up playing.
I think the second one just has like way more arenas and bosses in it.
Yeah. So, there's some like that I think we could blast through pretty quickly. So what else? Toss Turtle, yeah. Here's a curveball for you that I thought could be fun to do, but it does say that it's 5 hours long. Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah, no, I'll play Starsky and Hutch. I feel like there was only a certain level. I feel like there was only like a certain level we'd get to though, and then we'd just stop.
Yeah, we could probably not do all of that one. Actually, thinking about it, because for some reason our dad loved to play that, but I feel like he only played the same level over and over again, and he just kind of liked being Starsky and Hutch in the red car. It's so weird how that was the one that our dad was into. Like he must have liked Starsky and Hutch, but I don't remember him ever like talking about the show or anything or watching the show. I just think he liked that game for some reason.
I think he just thought they had a really cool car, and that's fair because they do have a really cool car.
They do have a cool car, but I thought he might like FIFA. You know, because he's a big football guy. I don't know. So Starsky and Hutch is 5 hours. Force Unleashed. The first one is 8 hours, so I wasn't sure about that, but the second one's only 5 hours apparently. We could do Force Unleashed 2. Not really sure. A kind of a longer one that's a curveball, mostly because you've just not played it at all, and it's actually it's something very different. It's not a classic PS2 game. Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands.
Yeah, that was the one on like Xbox, weren't it? Like in the newer one.
You never ended up playing it. It's actually really good. It's a good throwback while being kind of modern as well. It feels a lot more like somewhere between Sands of Time and Warrior Within in the kind of feel of it and kind of all of that junk. So I thought maybe we could play that, but it's not massively in keeping with the theme of what we're supposed to be doing. Portal is only 3 hours, supposedly.
Yeah, I feel like I could get that down to maybe like an hour and a half.
Yeah, this is the thing. On how long to beat, it's kind of just the average of how long it took someone to beat. I'm looking at on the site. It shows you like it shows you kind of a couple different metrics. So, for example, Cyberpunk 2077 says it takes 24.5 hours to beat the main story, but then it also tells you 60.5 hours to beat the main story and side quests, and then Completionist 100% it 103 hours. So it kind of tells you a few different things, but I've been going on just the main story, because if we were going to do any of these, we would be rushing through them, basically. We'd just do minimum of what you need to do.
Let's just do Cyberpunk and just play Cyberpunk for 3 days straight.
Well, actually, we'd be able to fit in Cyberpunk and Portal. That'd be all the hours that I reckon we're going to have. But I think that... even though it says main story without side quests for how long to beat it, that's not main story rushed. That's not like... Because the way we would be playing these, it'd almost be like doing a mini speedrun of them. Like, not actually speedrunning techniques or anything, just like playing them quick as possible, basically.
Yeah.
So it might even be less than this. Tony Hawk's Underground 1 is 7 hours. So... I'm a bit...
Have you not had enough of playing Tony Hawk's on stream after the fucking speedrun?
I'm gonna take that off. Mostly because, as well, if we were gonna get through it any quick, I'd basically have to play it for 7 hours, and that doesn't sound fun.
Because I'm not good at those games.
It's one of those ones that Judd's weirdly bad at.
My guy stands on the board, I don't do anything, and then he immediately falls off and like starts screaming on the ground. I'm like, how does this work?
Another one I thought we could kind of just play on the side, but maybe we don't do this, would be Bloons Tower Defense. I think it was Tower Defense 3 was the one that we played. Can't really remember though. House of the Dead. Are they on PlayStation? Surely they are.
I don't know. I remember having House of the Dead 2 on my nan's PC of all things. But I don't know about PlayStation.
So I can look into that.
I know Overkill's on like PlayStation 3.
No, it'd have to be...
it'd be like,
yeah, it'd have to be one of the ones that we used to play in the arcade. Which one did we play the most? Because I feel like it was 4. It might have been 3.
Because we had it on the Wii, if you remember.
Did we?
It was we had House of the Dead 3 on the Wii.
Oh, right. I thought we just played it in that arcade at the cinema that our dad had to take us to.
We also we did that as well, but we had House of the Dead 3 on the Wii, and that's I used to play it a lot. Yeah.
It might have been 2 as well, because I can see that there's a Wii one, House of the Dead 2 and 3 is like a bundle.
I don't know, but yeah, because I played the second one a lot because I had it on like my nan's PC. Like it used to be a thing. Like when I used to come over as a kid, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go play House of the Dead on your PC, and she's like, okay.
So House of the Dead 3.
Yeah, I feel like it's the one we used to play.
That's pretty good as well because it looks like the shortest one. Looks even shorter than the original.
Yeah.
House of the Dead 4, which is the one I remember more, because House of the Dead 3 is shotguns, right?
Yeah.
House of the Dead 4 is the Uzis.
Yes. Yeah. And so I actually played that one recently at the Retrodome.
Yeah.
In
Love
town.
Retrodome.
Yeah.
We should go again, Retrodome. But I think we could maybe do both. Because it'd be less than 3 hours total, and like same thing with Ninja Assault. If I'm clicking on stuff, I could probably solo us through those games easy. To be honest, you could probably as well. With a mouse, these things are a lot easier. So yeah, House of the Dead 3 or 4, they're pretty quick to go through. Couple suggestions here. I'm not sure if we'll do these because these are the longest ones I've got on the list. They're both 9 hours long. Brutal Legend and The Darkness. Main reason I put these on are because they're both games you really love that I just never even actually saw. So
I fucking love them. You never saw The Darkness?
No, you played it. I didn't even have it.
Yeah, Jackie. Wait, so we'd have to play the first one though, won't we?
Yeah, that's why I was thinking. Because Darkness 2 is actually shorter. It's only 6 hours.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I wouldn't mind playing the Darkness 2 because that's the one I actually played a lot. I have played Darkness 1, but Darkness 2 actually gives you like a very good recap of like Darkness 1 right at the beginning. So we could just play Darkness 2. So
maybe, yeah. I think, to be honest, if the way that I'd only end up seeing them is if we played Darkness 1 this year and then Darkness 2 next year, because I'm not gonna go back and play them. So it's not like I need to play. I'm gonna play Darkness 2, so we have to play Darkness 1 either. You know what I mean? So it's I don't know.
You can also just like watch the recap because that just like fully brings you up to speed on like what's happening. So
I thought it might be fun to do a Silent Hill game. Here's the ones that you rated. We've got the Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill Origins, and Shattered Memories. So 1 is 7 hours, 2 is 8 hours, 3 is 6 hours, 4 is 6 hours, and Origins is 6 hours, and then Shattered Memories is 7. I think, from what I know, Silent Hill's not a throughput story, is it? You could just jump in on any of those, right?
Yeah, like everybody's experience, like every character's experience of Silent Hill is its own unique experience. So you can play any of the Silent Hills and like it's fine.
Any thoughts on any of those? Which one would be best?
Yeah, so the one that everybody like usually says is the best is the second one.
The longest one.
The longest one. But like I wouldn't mind. I never played 3. I played the first one. I played the second one. I didn't play 3. Is number 4 The Room?
No, the only other two on that I've got that you said is Origins and Shattered Memories, but they're kind of newer, I think.
Origins is, I think that came out a lot. I don't know, like PSP era or some shit. And Shattered Memories was like Wii. I played Shattered Memories on the Wii. I'd say probably like either 1 or 2 though.
Okay, probably 1 then. Okay. I think it's good with this to do one that you're most used to because remember we have to try and play through it quick. So.
I'd say I'm probably most used to 1 as well anyway, so yeah.
Some good ones I thought could be good. Crash Bandicoot is 6 hours. But the ones that I played more was Crash Wrath of Cortex and Crash Twinsanity.
Yeah, I was going to say it was Crash Twinsanity.
Twinsanity, I think, is probably the one out of them then because it's the shortest as well at 5 hours.
At some point, just go to the fucking Twin Sanity soundtrack and listen to the Ice Lab song.
Right.
It's there's something about it. It's Mika, the singer Mika who did like I could be blue, I could be green, I could be violet. Yeah. It sounds like a Mika song, like without Mika singing in it. I know, but like the second that you listen to it, it's like this is a Mika song. Like,
so some other ones that I thought we could quickly get through then that are not proper games, they're Flash games, so I'd have to find them if I even can. Age of War, classic Flash game.
Yeah.
Ragdoll Avalanche. Do you remember that Flash game?
I don't know Ragdoll Avalanche, but I remember Beat Your Buddy. What it was
Interactive
called.
Buddy, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
I'll put that on there, but it's not really a game. No, Ragdoll Avalanche is even less of a game. It's the one where there's like a stick guy that's a ragdoll and you move him round and you have to avoid like just some spikes that are falling from the top of the screen. It lasts literally like 20 seconds a game. So, Feed the Head. Do you remember Feed the Head?
No.
You would remember it if we started. If you Google it, you'll remember it. I thought that's not going to take longer than half an hour. That. So yeah. Those are some that I think we'll definitely do if I can find them.
Did I recommend Vikings Battle for Asgard?
It's long. It's like 13 hours long. I checked.
Oh, for that. Okay, all right.
Because I thought that could be pretty cool, but it's too long, unfortunately. 13 and a half hours. So
yeah, damn.
That is a shame, though. Maybe technically we could do it. It'd take up half of our hours, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's also, the thing is with that, it's harder to emulate because that was on the Xbox 360. So anything past the, I think you can emulate it. I don't know, actually. Anything past PS2 is hard for me to get a hold of. So, yeah. So what we're thinking then, Judd, I've kind of highlighted Ninja Assault, SpongeBob Movie, Portal, House of the Dead, Silent Hill.
You know what could probably be good as well is because we've done Fallout New Vegas. We could do Fallout 3.
Well, I looked at that as well, but that's long as shit. That's really long.
Is it?
Yeah, of course it is. Any Fallout game is going to be really long.
I beat Fallout New Vegas in like an hour 10 minutes.
It's 22 and a half hours just for the main story, Judd. Unless you knew how to speedrun it, then sure. But
I don't know how to speedrun that one. I really feel like that's the main story. I feel like that's something I could crank out in 6 hours, though.
I think the thing is, you would never just do the main story for that, would you? Because you have to do some side quests to level up enough you don't. To be able to get through it.
No, not really. I mean, if you know where everything is anyway. I mean, technically, you can just go straight to where your dad is, and where he's like fucking in the Sanctuary Hills, fucking.
I don't want to go and see my dad fucking.
Go see your dad, Liam Neeson.
I don't know. I think it's a bit.
Your dad was Liam Neeson in Fallout 3.
So, with what I've highlighted, we've got 8.5 hours. What's that? 13.5 hours. 16.5 hours. Let's see, 19.5 hours, and then that's 24.5 hours, and then some other ones. I think that's good for now. Just let me go through them again and tell me. Let's put like another 2 or 3 for me to like prepare just in case. So these are the ones that I've highlighted that we're gonna do: Ninja Assault, SpongeBob Movie, Starsky and Hutch, Portal, House of the Deads, Silent Hill, Crash Twin Sanity, and then the old school Flash games, which might take 2 hours in total to do all of those.
Yeah.
So here's the other ones that I've not highlighted, and let's pick just a few of these just to flesh it out. So Modern Warfare 2, Soul Calibur, Sly Cooper, Shadow, Lego Star Wars 1, Force Unleashed, Forgotten Sands, Brutal Legend, Darkness, That's kind of it for.
It's like I almost really want to pick either shit. I either almost really want to pick Brutal Legend or The Darkness just to like show you. And like I don't know which either. Maybe Brutal Legend. I feel like I could get through Brutal Legend faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Brutal Legend. I love Brutal Legend. It's like one of my favorite games.
I bet it's not that good though.
No, it's not. I'll say right now, like to most other people, it's like probably just an alright game. But I just fucking love that game. Like, yeah.
So yeah, the average is 9.5 hours to beat the story. Rushed 6 hours 45. It says.
I reckon I could probably do it I'd say probably 7. I'd say probably give me about 7 hours.
Right.
Maybe 6. I don't know.
I don't think you'd be able to do it in 6 then, but yeah.
I know I know where everything is. Like I've beaten it a few times before, so
what's the other one? The Darkness.
Maybe.
Let's see how long that is rushed.
Yeah, the Darkness.
Darkness.
But it'd be the Darkness 2, probably.
Well, Darkness 2 is not that long. The Darkness 2 is only 6 hours. So the Darkness 1 rushed says 7 hours 15, which is that's good, down from 9 hours. So yeah, it seems like you can shave off an hour, maybe 2, off of some of these games, depending how long they are, if you rush through them. Yeah.
I was gonna say Borderlands 2, but I almost feel like I don't want to do that.
No, I don't think I want to do that. I'm a bit sour on Borderlands at the minute. So I want them to come out with another proper Borderlands 4 basically, but not yet, not anytime soon, obviously, because it's going to take a long time to make one of those games, and it needs to be cracking. They need to write the story in particular really well. That's the main thing they need to focus on, I think, with Borderlands.
No, we're still to see the Borderlands movie first before that happens.
Oh, fucking hell. Shadow the Hedgehog Rush takes 2 hours 47, by the way, just so you know.
Well, I'm not going near that because I don't want my head to hurt. Like I've put
Brutal Legend and Soul Calibur to add on. Shall I add like Sly Cooper as well or something? Did
you say you had a brutal? Did you say you had a Brutal Legend?
Yeah, I'll download it and have it ready and everything. I'll put Sly Cooper on as well.
I've got here you go. Here's one. Resident Evil.
Well, I looked into these and I don't remember playing Resident Evils. I remember watching the films.
What about Resident Evil 4?
Resident Evil 4 that came out in 2023 according to this game.
That was a remaster. Because Resident Evil 4 was the one with Leon Kennedy in the village where like everybody was speaking Spanish. We had that on the Wii as well.
I know, and that was one where I didn't even really watch you playing it. The only thing I remember is the guy who like opens his jacket to ask you to buy stuff.
What are you buying?
Yeah, I went and played PlayStation upstairs while you played that on Wii. So I don't remember that at all. Plus, it is 15.5 hours long.
Game as well. I don't know why I didn't like that game.
I think it's just because I'm not into horror stuff. I just don't find it fun. It's same with Silent Hill. I don't know. I'm not interested. I like adventures and stuff like that. I'm not into.
They're adventures, but spooky.
They're not adventure games. I think part of it is they felt like restrictive, which is good for a horror game. And I don't know. It's not my thing.
Leon Kennedy goes into a remote village full of Spanish people and shoots everybody to find the president's daughter. That's actually what happens in that game.
Well, it's kind of like how Assassin's Creed style games aren't your thing as well, you know. So it's just
no. Old Assassin's Creed were. I don't like the new Assassin's Creed.
You liked them, but they weren't ever your thing, really, were they? Or like Tony Hawk's games. You don't really like.
No, that's probably better. Yeah, I've never really been super into Tony Hawk stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So the games that I will have downloaded or like ready to use will be Ninja Assault, Soul Calibur, I'm pretty sure I've already got that ready. Starsky Ninja Assault, Soul Calibur, Sly Cooper, Starsky and Hutch, SpongeBob Movie, Portal, House of the Deads, Brutal Legend, Silent Hill 1, Crash Twinsanity.
I hope that you just fall in love with Brutal Legend.
That would be funny. I doubt it because it's so old at this point that it's like,
it literally has your most hated thing in the world, like constantly, where like celebrities are the characters in the game.
No, it depends. If that's the point, like if that's funny in the joke, then it's a completely different thing. But if you're trying to do something serious with them,
no, Brutal Legend is a lot of things. I don't think serious with them.
So in total, what are we looking at here? That's 4.5. Oh god, let me get a calculator out or something. If we did play all of these games, so we're not going to get to all of those, but we'll play a good amount of them. So, what am I doing here? 1 plus 3.5 plus 7 plus 5 plus 7.5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 9 plus 7 plus 5. In total, that should take us 53 hours, Judd, and we've got about 27, depending on when we get up and go to bed and things like that. So hopefully we can rush through some of those. I genuinely do think that if you took a couple hours off each of them, how many games is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you took 1.5 hours off of that, that takes 15 off of there, and then that's like 38 hours. So we're looking a lot closer at that point. Oh, that's forgetting about all the Flash games, actually. It's probably about 55 hours worth of gaming. So
I'm just not going to work on Monday. Fuck it.
Yeah, fair enough. We could get that Friday off. No, that's silly. I'm not taking an entire day. We're literally gonna have the entire weekend anyway.
Could you imagine it? Fucking 24 and 26. Yeah, we're having a day off so we can play fucking PlayStation games.
I was telling my mum about the Harry Potter game that I've been playing, Hogwarts Legacy, because I thought my mum's not into games. She actually quite likes phone games, to be honest. But I genuinely thought she really might want to play this. She might want to borrow my PS5 to play this game.
Yeah.
And she admitted to me that when we got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets back many years ago, which was another one I looked at, by the way. But that's, how long is that one? 7.5 hours. Oh, 7.5 hours. I'm not going to put that one on, actually, because I'm already playing a Harry Potter game. I don't think I need to play another one. When we got that, my mum took the day off work. I don't know if she took it off as a sick day, actually. If she pretended to be ill. I think she did. Just so she could play Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets all day.
Oh my God.
I can't believe she did that.
It was not a good game. It was
good. It was good. It weren't amazing, but for a PS2, it was a good game. But it was just like a normal linear story movie game.
I can't believe you took the fucking day off work to play.
That's the only person I know to have ever done that, and I've known a lot of gamers, you know?
It's like, you know, like I could sort of get it for like, Skyrim came out. I'm having the day off work to like play Skyrim for the first time. It's like Harry Potter and the fucking Chamber of Secrets, the Warner Brothers movie like game.
Oh God. Yeah, so that's when we're doing that. That's enough game talk. We've been babbling on about stuff for ages. Judd, have you put it in your calendar? I'm double checking before we move on. Is it in your calendar? 1st of December to the 3rd of December, and you realise it's all day Sunday?
Yes.
You can even stay over here Sunday night and go to work from here because it's closer.
Yes.
So, all of that.
Could do that. Yes.
So, yeah. Fantastic. Yes. Well, other than that, there's not much else. I've got to tell you some stories, Judd. First things first.
Yeah, come on.
You know the fight card we watched, the Prime card, the KSI boxing?
Yes.
There's been 6 appeals on judges' decisions from that. 6. That's unbelievable. I can't believe, and it's really pissing me off because there's one decision that I really do want to be appealed, and I just don't think they're going to take it as seriously because of that. Because there's so many people have submitted them. It's ridiculous. It's like everyone saw, KSI's appealing. I want to be like the cool kids. I'm going to appeal my decision as well. And it's like, fuck off. There's 2 decisions that should have been overturned on that night. The very first fight and the very last fight. That's it. But I just thought I'd mention that. The thing that I did this week, Judd, which I thought I was going to end up talking about for longer, but I actually ended up talking about video games for longer, is I went to a gig. Some friends of mine who I'm doing some music videos for, they were playing a gig, and I went to it. And the types of people that come to these gigs... Oh, it's Freak City, Judd. There's a bunch of freaks there, and it's incredible. Nice. I love it. It's so good. Just like the amount of things that like happen and like things that people are wearing and stuff like that just doesn't even get a tiny bit questioned because it's incredibly normal there. There was a guy just come up to my friend and start talking to him, and he was wearing spoons around his neck. No one mentioned it at all. He just, that guy wears spoons. That's what he does. And I said to my other friend, I was like, oh, who's that guy with like the spoons around his neck? And she's like, oh, he's one of the performers actually.
I fully believe that he like plays those spoons, like, because you can't you? Can like slap them and stuff and like make. I reckon he can do that. I reckon he does that with those spoons.
That's probably why they're there, just in case he needs to play some spoons at any point. But it's really funny because that guy, like, there'll be someone who looks like the biggest weirdo ever, and then they'll be able to play their instrument fucking incredibly. Like he will play like a banjo or something, like a fucking I don't know what's the term. For people who are really good at stuff,
like a banjo kazooie, if you will.
Yeah, he probably banjos better than Kazooie himself.
Yeah, I don't think Banjo Kazooie even ever played a banjo.
That doesn't make my list of the weird stuff. First things first, just kind of like a shout out to a guy who came. This guy was in a wheelchair who'd come to this gig. And he did not give a fuck. He had, like, fucking, like, bright headlights on the front of his wheelchair. So that if he was coming through the crowd, because, like, obviously people to make way so he can get to the front to be able to see. It was, like, blinding. It was just like, beep, beep, coming through, fuck you. It was really good. And he didn't say any of that or anything. I don't even think he could talk, actually. But, yeah, I thought it was pretty cool that this guy was just like, bright headlights, I'll fucking show him that I'm here, I'm going to get through here.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that was good. At one point, a guy just went upside down.
What do you mean?
He just did a handstand and his friend just like held him upside down for a minute or so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. What? Any idea what that could be? Why that might happen? Well, that happened. One of my favourite things that happened was I went to the toilet and it weren't like full, but there was a few guys in there.
Yeah.
And this man came in and he goes, "Excuse me, everybody. I'm about to pull my trousers all the way down to have a piss. I'm not a weirdo. I've just got a catheter." So he didn't want to come across as some sort of sexual pervert or some like freak or something, some man child. Cool yeah, he was super confident about it. I was like, nice, well done. He was like, I'm pretty sure he used the phrase, I've got a bag of piss strapped to my leg. So, I think that was because he didn't want to have to go to the toilet very often, so he could piss there, and then he just needed to empty it.
If he would have just gone in there and like just pulled his pants all the way down, and people would have been like, "Whoa." You know, like, I think that is cool of him to just go, "Hey, look, everybody, look," and it's all coming out. Like, I'm sorry. So,
I think that's the attitude you got to have, isn't it? If you've got a catheter, you need to pull your trousers all the way down. Fucking, most people would only wait to use the stall. to do that. But fuck it. Who gives a shit? We're all whipping his dicks out in there anyway to piss. Like, you got a catheter and you want to pour it down your ass? Fucking do it. Who cares? Doesn't matter.
Who cares?
The last and the weirdest thing that happened, I can't believe I'm saying this. We were stood watching the concert, and my girlfriend just says to me, "Bomb," and I'm like, "What?
What?
What are you on about?" And then she like widens her eyes and kind of gestures with her head a little bit. She's like, "Bomb," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you on about?" So I could see just to the side of me. I didn't know what the fuck she was saying. I looked around for a minute, like, what the fuck are you on about? And she was like going, like trying to make me look at this particular person. I out of the corner of my eye, I saw this person, and there was this guy with this woman, and they were obviously a couple. He had his arm round her. And he was kind of like slightly portly and short, and she was a little bit taller than him and quite a large woman.
Okay.
And he was fingering her butthole. He was fingering her butthole through the trousers.
What? Wait, but why did Jasmine say bomb?
To look at her bum.
Oh, I thought you said bomb.
Bomb? No, bum. Bum.
I thought you said bomb. I was like, bomb?
No, bum. And
bomb, right.
This guy, just at the concert, was just fingering his partner's butt.
What the fuck? I think that's king shit. I just think that's king. I
was shocked. I was like, this was a gig where there's a lot of weird people, but that guy managed to win it out by fingering his missus's arsehole through her trousers. What the fuck?
Not like even like he slid it like under her trousers. He's like, how is he even doing that?
Well, the trousers were like going up there. You could fucking see. It was weird.
What the fuck?
But the thing is, maybe he thought it's more discreet to do that. But no, because you can see the entire hand movement. Like, it was so fucking strange. So, yeah, I don't know.
Wow. I haven't got anything for that. I don't know what to say to that. Wow.
Oh, God.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm still speechless now just thinking about it, to be honest.
Jeez.
But,
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's like folk music. Like, I'm just trying to, like, find the correlation between, like, listening to some folk music artists and, like, oh, I'm going to finger blast my wife's arsehole. Like,
you weren't doing it violently, to be fair. It was quite sensual. Oh my gosh. Anyway, and on that note, it's the end of the podcast for this week.
Yeah, thank fuck.
Be sure to tune into Winter Games Weekend, 1st of December to the 3rd of December. We'll be kind of on and off streaming, so what will happen is there'll probably be 5 streams. Because we'll be streaming on the Friday night, then we'll do like Saturday morning stream, Saturday evening stream, Sunday morning stream, Sunday evening stream, so that we can have a break to touch grass, between like fucking 9-hour-long gaming sessions. But it will be a lot of fun. Tune in. We'll have a drinking day of that, because we do like to have a jolly old drink when we're in person doing stuff, and that will be
a couple drinking days.
Well, we can have a couple drinking days. I'm going to say that'll be the Saturday. So on Saturday, Saturday will be like the dedicated day. Like, that's the one where we'll go for it at least. But we might on all the other days. Who fucking knows? We can do what we want. Our parents can't stop us anymore, Judd. We're big. We're large now.
We are big. You know what? I've actually got something for you to try during this as well. I bought something. Jake.
That's exciting. Normally that doesn't happen. Normally I'm always making Judd try stuff.
Jake.
Oh God.
I gotta tell you how much I love moonshine. God damn.
Last time one of us brought like a scary alcohol to one of these streams, you ended up on medication, and I ended up with an eye twitch that lasted a year. Like, we had vials of absinthe, and it fucked us up.
Yeah, it nearly killed us, but you know what? Let me tell you, moonshine. Moonshine's great. It even sounds like a fantasy drink, doesn't it? Like, it said, like you know, you've got like rum, whiskey, vodka, moonshine. Moonshine sounds like an elf would be drinking it in fucking Lord of the Rings.
It does, like, actually, yeah. It sounds like it should be a drink in this Harry Potter game that I'm playing.
Yeah. Oh, can I have some moonshine, Gandalf?
No. Okay, so you've got some moonshine. Then where's this come from?
I have moonshine. I went to a tournament last week. In town, in Barnsley Town, and there was the market on in Barnsley Town, and there was a guy selling moonshine. You know, it's like the traveling.
He wasn't part of the market or anything. He's just like a hobo who's pissed in a jug or something.
It was like, you had to have this, and I was like, all right, yeah, cool.
Is it in one of those jugs that says like XXX on it, and it's like a big jug or something?
No, it's actually in a jar.
In a jar. Can I see it? Have you got it handy?
I can't. Hold on, give me a sec. Yeah.
Oh, Judd's gone to show me his moonshine. Oh, that sounds like a weird euphemism for something. It sounds like he's going to show me his butt, like he's going to moon me. And this might be. I have seen moonshine before. I've got a list on Amazon of like. Basically, well, it's called food and drink, but it's basically all alcohol. And I've had moonshine on that for a while. Firefly moonshine. There's the regular one, but then there's an apple pie one and a cherry one that I've put on there because I love those flavours. So I'm wondering, and they're all in jars, so I'm wondering if it's going to be that. Oh my goodness. Yeah. O'Donnell. Yeah. O'Donnell or something? Right.
O'Donnell.
Okay.
It's good shit, let me tell you.
What type of flavour does it taste like?
Blood orange.
Oh, okay, so it's flavoured as well.
Yeah.
Right.
It's good. Let me tell you, it's like scarily good. Like I could use this as a sippy cup. Like it goes down that easily.
Right. So you could drink it straight.
Yeah. Oh, I only drink it straight. I don't have it with anything. So,
but how drunk does it get? Like, what is it? What level are we talking here? Is it like the limoncello we had? Is it like the Armenian brandy strength?
40 proof. It's 40 proof.
40 proof, or is it 40%?
Yeah. No, it's 20%. It's 40 proof.
Right, so it's a bit like limoncello strength then.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Fucking hell.
It's good. It's good. It's really good. I'm gonna have some now. Actually, now that I fucking brought the thing out.
Save it for Winter Games weekend. Don't drink it all.
No, I'm not gonna drink it all, but I'm gonna have a bit.
Okay, well that's going to be fun. It's actually quite a way away from Winter Games weekend. We've got an entire month and a week.
I might have to buy another jar, another jar of moonshine.
Well, it'd be interesting to try like an original as well. It's not. Did he have different flavors?
He had blood orange. He had tough nut, and he had another one, a cherry, cherry.
Cherry sounds good.
Yeah.
Because I've had some moonshine on my Amazon food and drink, which is basically on the alcohol wish list for a while. Firefly moonshine, it's called. Got original, apple pie, and cherry as the flavors that I've.
I don't think I'd like apple pie. I like almost like things trying to be savory, like alcohols. I don't
That's
like.
Not savory.
Oh no, but you know what I mean.
I'll give you a quick rundown of my alcohol. Actually, sorry, I mean my food and drink wish list, which literally only has alcohol and a toasty maker on it. Soju, because I always see fucking what they call drinking it, cold ones drinking it, and I just can't even understand what it really is. It's like a Japanese alcohol drink. It's not rice wine like sake. It's not beer. I don't know what the fuck it is, to be honest. There's a different flavor pack of soju: peach, grapefruit, plum, strawberry, and grape. Sounds good. Mm-hmm. Hawkstone Session Lager, which is Jeremy Clarkson's lager from Clarkson's Farm. They also do a vodka, so Hawkstone vodka. The Dos Hombres Mezcal, the Breaking Bad lads one. Apparently that's bad. Apparently it's not very nice. But
I think I've heard that. I think I've heard that it's not good.
I've got Proper 12 whiskey, which Conor McGregor did own some of, but now doesn't. Nixter corn liquor. Because we always say, I'll owe you a corn as our weird arbitrary currency. Well, I thought I could finally give you a corn.
Nice. Holy.
So, yeah, corn liquor. I don't know what the fuck that is. Another thing I've got on that list is the world's strongest beer. It comes with a free glass. One bottle is £50.
Oh my god!
But I guess it comes with a glass. What percent is this again? Where is it? I'm sure I read the percent. It's something stupid like 75% for a beer. It's something stupid like that. I can't quite remember. But for Christmas time, I've got a couple Baileys on my wish list. There's orange truffle Baileys, apple pie Baileys, and salted caramel Baileys. I've got some mead on my wish list because I always want some mead. Bumbu, black one, because I've not had the black one before, and the original's on there. Just
once you go black, you end up on crack.
I've got the cream Bumbu as well, the white Bumbu on my list just to try.
I really like the white one as well.
And then a few bottles of Jameson I want to try. IPA barrel Jameson, the 18-year triple distilled box Jameson, which is the fanciest one, and black barrel blended.
What does triple distilled? What does that even mean?
Oh, I probably should know. I did go to the factory, but I don't. Anyway, that's my alcohol wish list. So if it's good that you've got moonshine on the list, because otherwise I'd have to buy some sort of fancy thing for us to film a taste test of. But now I don't. So right, we've been blabbing on for far too long. Give us your wisdom. Finish the podcast, Judd. Give us it.
Remember, I can't say that one. I'll get in trouble for that one. I'll be sent to jail. I'm sorry.
I can't. You should say anyway.
Well, yeah.